Hi guys, how you doing? You alright? Hope you're alright. I'm alright. I was pretty excited this morning because I had a email to tell me that I was going to be receiving my latest little toy. Now, I saw a little post on a web page the other day about a certain device called the Hell's Gate. As you can see, it's a box mod. Box mod with a difference. I do believe there is another box mod out there that looks very similar, but this is made by Moander. Now, it uses two batteries, and currently I've got two 18650 purple EFES in there. They've been paired, so I've got no issues with that. And it uses their very own YEP version 1 RDA. I was really impressed with the RDA for a start, for the simple reason the drip well is absolutely huge, and when you come to build it, you know, when you're actually building a coil, you get one leg on the coil that is at the bottom and one leg that is at the top. Well, on this, I'll just show you, if I'll take that off, you've got a stepped deck. Now, the negative and the positive are at different levels. That's really impressive. I know that a friend of mine was talking about another thing that he's got that's got that, and that really impressed him. It was really easy to build on. The drip wells are substantial. I've been able to actually get a whole length of Japanese cotton. Of course, I've cut it to size, but the whole length of one sheet I've been able to put into the drip well, so that gives you some idea of sort of like how deep the drip well is. The actual build quality on this is pretty superb. You know, it's rock solid. I got to be honest with you. On the actual RDAs, all right, 48 holes on each RDA, so you've got adequate air sort of like flow. When I was testing this, I tested it out with my Mutation X because I wanted to know whether it actually fired with just a single device on, and I found out it does, and it's either or that it will fire on. So you've got two copper 510 connections, so a single device will fire on either one. So that means that you've got a single device firing with two batteries. Superb, absolutely fantastic, you know. And as we're going into these box mods in a big way, I think it's really cool that you can actually have that. I'm currently using the included dual cap, which fits just over the top, but if I wanted to use it as a single, we've got a fantastic finned top cap that can be used for either dual coil or single coil. So I think they've thought of everything on these particular devices. Really impressed with the RDA and the build quality of the device itself. I think this is probably going to be a bit of a juice haul, I've got to be honest. I've been vaping on it now for, let's have a look, probably about 50 minutes, you know, and I've gone through a little bit of juice, I've got to tell you, you know. My lungs aren't the biggest in the world, but the production of the vapour is incredible. I'll give you a demo. Hang on, I'll move the chair back. Flavour's really nice as well. I'm using my own juice. I've got peaches and cream. That's at 80-20, you know, Fiji PG. And the vapour production is incredible. It really is. The flavour, I'm getting everything that I would get from a Mutation X, you know, on my Manhattan. For me, you know, it's a pretty darn good introduction. Pricing, really reasonable as well. You know, there's going to be a couple of vendors in the UK, I do believe, that are going to be stocking these. Let me just check and see which vendors will be stocking this. Just going to go on Skype. Let's have a look. Okay, so Angel Fire Mods in London are going to be stocking it, and I do believe there's going to be another company, which is a pretty big company, that's going to be stocking it as well. I hope they find exactly the same as I have, that it's a quality piece of kit, you know. It's not too big in the hand. Yes, it's a weighty device. Bear in mind, you know, this is produced out of aluminium. It's not going to be a magnet for your fingerprints because it's got a brushed and stroked finish to it. All in all, I am really, really chuffed with my purchase. You know, I did pay for this myself. I paid for the shipping, you know, and I was just really eager to get it in. The button is just so sure in firing, you know. I haven't had a missed fire. I'm getting nothing that I would suggest would be really bad about this device, in all honesty. It's quite easy to change the batteries. You've got a nice nice easily movable battery cap, and on the battery caps you've got two copper contacts, one on each cap, and those are movable to actually negate your battery rattle. So just going to give it another blast. As you can see, you know, vapor production ridiculous. I'm really, really impressed with it, and really chuffed that I was able to secure what I believe to be one of the first devices in the UK. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Leave your comments. If you want to get in contact, please get in contact, and I may be able to send you to the right people to get one of these. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers.